Hey y'all, welcome to the Style Chronicles. I wanted to share with you guys my latest Rent the Runway find. I rented a gown for a gala that my husband and I are attending, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. Now, I do have kind of a method to my searching for a gown on Rent the Runway. I go on probably about once a week, and I just scroll through dresses. And scrolling through dresses, you can like choose to like, certain dresses, like you put a heart if you like it, it goes into your favorites and or your likes, and it stays there and it kind of resides there. And then I'll go back into my likes every now and then and sort through dresses that I really don't like. And the reason why I do that is just because I like to have that kind of, it's like a closet in the back of my head of dresses that I could potentially wear. And I know that sounds crazy, but when I look at these dresses, I go on there, and first of all, color is always something that jumps out at me first. I know what colors I like to wear, what colors make me feel comfortable, and I think that's very, very important. I don't feel good in like orange, yellow, although there is a yellow dress in my closet on Rent the Runway that I really want to try just to see how yellow looks, because I've never actually tried to wear yellow dresses. But so certain colors that don't look that great on me, I prefer jewel tones, navy blues, teal, pink, but like fuchsia pink, not baby pink. That doesn't look so great on me. Black and white, of course. Gray. I don't really care for like a light gray. A charcoal gray in my book looks better. Silver, but then it depends on the silver again. Gold all the time. So, there's colors that I love. So that always is like the first thing that jumps out at me. And usually if it's for a particular event, I'll have an idea in my head of exactly what color I want to wear. I don't know why, that's just always something that I go with first. Second is I know what I like, I know what style I prefer. I am not someone who likes to have folds or anything voluptuous or anything, I don't know what the fullness in my abdomen area, because I'm so short. I feel like it cuts me off, it makes me look a little wider. And that is kind of one of my biggest, I guess, things when it comes to dresses, is I don't like dresses that make me look bigger than I am or shorter or anything like that. So, style always comes into play for me. And I love my arms, and I know, a lot of people, I hate my arms. I want dresses that cover them, sleeveless, full sleeve dresses and stuff like that. I know, I understand that. A lot of people that I know actually love that more than I do. I prefer my arms. I like to show them off. I think I work very hard for them, so every chance I get, that is kind of the style of the dress that I like. And then I feel like if my focus is my arms or my back or even my legs from time to time, it takes the focus off of everything else. So anywhere else that I would prefer people not look is kind of, covered up, where everything else is just out. Now, I don't like to show off my arms and my legs at the same time, so if it's like a super short dress, I prefer a cap sleeve or even a long sleeve. I think that's extremely striking. And the vice versa. If it's a sleeveless, strapless, backless, anything, I prefer it long so it covers my legs. So that's kind of, that comes into play. I know A-line works on a lot of people. For some reason, I really don't prefer A-line. That bell shape makes me look a lot wider than I am, and that's just my personal preference. So it's, things like that. I go in and look at dresses and I know, okay, that'll work on me, that won't work on me. So those don't go on my likes and the other ones do. The other thing is, of course, the appropriateness level of this certain dress in question, which, I would never consider wearing a cocktail dress to a gala that is super fancy, or vice versa. I wouldn't wear a gown to something that's just cocktail, meant for cocktails or anything like that. So stuff like that comes into play also. And then once I get my head wrapped around something, of course I have to make sure that it's available with Rent the Runway, because they've become very popular and things are always kind of out weeks before the event. So I try to plan ahead, a lot. And then, from there, I'll narrow it down, finally pick something, and then after I get the color and the dress and everything done, I move on to accessories and hair and all that other stuff. And usually it's my dress that comes first, and then the next thing on my checklist for an event is lip color. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's just how I work. I will always go color and then think about what I want on my lips, because that is like, I don't know, that's the first, I guess, piece of makeup you see when you look at somebody in a dress, because it's like right here. So I think of what color lipstick is going to go with that color that I'm wearing, and from there my makeup look evolves. So sometimes it's nude, sometimes it's red, sometimes it's a bright pink lip, even an orange lip, or even this magenta lip that I was on the hunt for. So let me show you guys the dress before I get carried away. And of course, as usual, it comes in the Rent the Runway bag, and it's super long this time because these are long. And it is there's two of them, navy blue. And I will tell you that when I was placing the order for these, I actually ordered a different dress, and then I realized that it was not, it was a little bit more dressy, so I realized I needed a gown. I ordered like a short dress, and so I had to call, instead of doing it online, I had to call to get my dress switched, because I had already placed the other one, I had already ordered it. So I had to call to get it switched over, and when I did that, the lady on the phone says, okay, what size do you normally order? And I said, well, typically I order a size 4 and a size 2. And that is just so that I know, you know, the dress will fit me. And she said, well, this one runs really big, so I suggest you order the 2 and order the 0. And I thought, wow, that's really tiny. There's no way I'm going to fit in the 0. So I just did it anyway, because I figured she's telling me it runs big. The reviews on Rent the Runway are telling me that it runs a little big also, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm so glad I did, because the 2 is huge. It hangs so much in the upper, like the chest area. It's crazy. So I'm glad I did, because the 0 fits like perfect. But I can't wrap my head around the fact that this dress is a 0. It's like, really, there's something, yeah, there's no way. Okay, so this is the size 4, and it's beautiful. It's navy blue. It's a Halston, which if you know, like Sex and the City, she brought kind of Halston back into the mix, because she'd wear a lot of vintage Halston. By she, I mean Carrie. She would wear a lot of vintage Halston pieces, and Halston was like ruler of the fashion world in the 70s kind of. So a lot of their clothing is like 70s influence. You can see it like this. You know, it's just super flowy, pleated, navy blue. It's got the halter. The back is completely bare. It's just bare. It's gorgeous. I love it. And then the bottom is just this long, super duper long, and you can see that. And you can see that's the color lipstick that I wanted to pair with it, just because it's a raspberry tone and the dress is a navy blue, and I'm just in love with the contrast. And you guys know I'm kind of all about contrast. I love contrast. So there's that. Now this is, like I said, it's a Halston, and no, this is a size, what did I say? This is a size 0. No, this is the one this is a 2. Okay, this is the Halston size 2, which is the one that is too big. This is the Halston size 0. I just looked at them. I don't know why these things don't stay in place. And this is the one that I'm wearing, because it fit better. And I'll put some pictures so you guys can see what I mean by fit better in the bust area. The size 2 versus the 0. Okay, here's the 0. And look at that. I was like, really? I'm going to take a picture of that number, because I will never again wear a dress that fits like that. Because that's just incredibly too small. Okay, here's this one pleated like that. And just beautiful. And I think what would be really, really pretty with a dress like this, on the website, the girl in the picture, this is for the belt that it comes with, it has a belt that wraps around here. She's wearing a necklace. And really, I think when it's a halter top like that, I think you're drawing away from your neckline when you wear a necklace, because the beauty of having these 2 strips of fabric right here frame this area, like literally frame it, is that this is exposed, and you're seeing collarbone, you're seeing, you know, planes of the neck, stuff like that. And I think the beauty of that is that you see it. I don't think that having a pendant or a necklace of any sort is actually adding to your look. I think it's taking away from it, because you're covering up those areas, and that's the beauty of wearing a dress like this. It's just like, you know, the back being so exposed. I would never in a million years consider putting on a wrap or anything like that, because the back is exposed, and that's what the dress is about. Now, of course, I will have a wrap in case I'm cold, but what I'm saying is why, you know, have something like that if you're going to if you're going to detract from it, if you're going to, you know, pull away from the look. So that's what I would suggest with a neckline like this. Don't take away from it, especially, you know, if you've got, I don't have very much cleavage at all. If you do have some cleavage, it's beautiful. I mean, fashion tape so you don't hang out or anything like that. You want to be appropriate, but at the same time, the beauty of that neckline, you know, is in the dress. So I wouldn't take away from it. The only thing that I would do to accessorize jewelry wise is have some earrings. Now, earrings for me don't work because obviously my hair is my contrast, but if I had longer or shorter hair, beautiful gold earrings that dropped, you know, or if I was to wear my hair back, that dropped, you know, like this with that neckline would be gorgeous. Something with like diamonds, something sparkly with, you know, a little bit of gold in it would just be beautiful. But like I said, earrings like that on me are completely lost. They don't do anything for me because of my hair. Any kind of, you know, jewelry, big jewelry here really doesn't do anything because it's just hidden, and then it just pokes out here and it just looks odd. So I keep it, you know, my earrings to studs. But that's just kind of, even if I had like long hair, my earrings would still be studs because it's simple and that's what I like. So that's what I would suggest as far as accessorizing it that way. The other way that I would suggest accessorizing it is maybe earrings and a cuff, like a giant gold cuff bracelet. I think that would be like a Wonder Woman gold bracelet, really striking against the dress. And then also whatever clutch you choose to carry or, you know, bag you choose to carry. So all those things kind of go together to create like an all-over look, and that's something that you really need to consider when you are dressing up for events or specialty dressing of any sort like that. It's a look that kind of, you know, it's all together. It's not, you know, oh, your hair is separate, your lips are separate. I don't know. I think some people just throw the gown on and that's it, and they don't consider the overall look, and that is something that I do. I'm kind of notorious for being nitpicky like that. I like the entire look. It's not necessarily one or two things. It's everything was pulled together for that look, if that makes any sense. Or is that just me in my mind? Okay, so that's that. Unfortunately, the other dress will not be worn. This first one will be worn, and I will probably wear just some simple shoes. You really don't see my feet. I actually have not decided on shoes yet. So that is that, and I will share with you the mask that I made for it. And this is the mask, and you can see it came together so nicely. I just wrapped the bottom in some navy ribbon and then hung some navy and some gold ribbons from there. The mask was separate. Everything you see was a separate piece. The mask was just a little, it's like a cheapie. It was $3.98 at Walmart. So it's just a gold mask with some glitter, and then I put these little rhinestones on them so you can see them there. And I'm not done. I still want to do some of these out here, but I put those on there so it makes it look a little bit, you know, more, it gives it a little bit more interest, so it's not so plain. And then I took this, which is a peacock feather. It was a pick. I cut the pick off and put it in here. I wrapped the end in some of this gold ribbon and stuck it in here with some hot glue and just glued it down. It's in between there and the actual kind of this piece of the mask, and glued it down. And then I wrapped a wooden dowel with blue satin ribbon, and I used a hot glue gun all the way up and just wrapped and kind of glued. I didn't glue the whole thing. I did like this much is glued down, and then it's wrapped, and then like I did another strip of glue and then wrapped, and then another strip of glue and then wrapped. And it's really easy, you know, the hot glue, you just wrap and press. So I did that, and then I glued these. I tied them onto the ends up here, right here. And before I glued this part down, I tied those onto the ends. And then I glued that part down with just hot glue. And you can see I got some of the hot glue here that I need to peel off because I was being very messy. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, I want to go to bed, but I just wanted to make sure this was done because I don't want to be doing it next week and I'll be in a rush. Even though I did it last night and I was in a rush. So, okay, that gotta get peeled off, that's gross. Okay, so then I just hot glued. I want to call it super glue all the time, but it's hot glued. Hot glued this down. I made sure to put a big like glop of it and then pushed it down and then glued the sides kind of around it. And the ribbons really do a good job of kind of hiding that. And then that is it. These, I'm going to figure out how I can give it a little bit of curl, maybe like a curling iron, just a little bit. I don't want it like a tendril. I just want it like a real loose, you know, I thought like just a pretty curl would look better than having it just hang down. But that is my mask. And I did it with this hand because my right hand, I'm right-handed, so everything goes on my right hand. And I figure I can put my clutch under my arm and carry this at the same time. And yes, I did coordinate the navy blue to the dress I'm wearing and the feather to my lipstick because that's how I am. So that is my mask, and I will do more in-depth more in-depth video on that. So that is it. The Rent the Runway rental, when you get it, it always has return receipts, or not receipts, return instructions. It has the return packaging, so I don't pay for anything it's already paid for. I just slip both dresses in there, and literally you just throw them in there. They get crumpled and wrinkled and everything, no hangers, nothing. You just put that in there, and then of course the belts that they came with go in the little bags, and you return them in there. It'll tell you on the bag, return it in here to get credit. So you return them in there, and you literally slip them into the post office box, mailbox, or your UPS driver picks it up, and that is it. It's gone. It's tracked and everything and ready. So it's great. It's a great little process, and I've loved it every time I've done it. I've never had any problems, and I know that if I do have a problem, I can pick up the phone or get online and chat with a representative, and they are so quick to help or offer advice or any of those things. Oh, bras. The only other thing that I did do is I had to buy, they're like pasties, but they literally go over your entire breast, and you have two tabs like at the top that you put it on the bottom, and then those two tabs you lift up so that it holds your, it lifts like a bra would without the straps of a bra. So I did that. You don't necessarily need them. I just feel a little bit more comfortable knowing that I have like a barrier between, my exposure and the world. So that's, yeah, they make me feel comfortable. But that's, like, you can get those on the website, or I went to Target and got them. They were $12, and that's that. And the other thing it came with was this little package from Rent the Runway. It's got a Dove Go Fresh body wash. It's an extra, courtesy of Magnum Gold and Q-tips and Dove. And it's the Magnum Gold ice cream. I don't know why, but every time I hear Magnum Gold or see Magnum Gold commercials on TV, or even on here, I was like, really, the condom? I don't know why I want to think it's a condom. Anyhow, the Magnum Gold ice cream bar with sea salt caramel swirl is a cool fashion accessory that is a must-have summer essential. Even though I think that is the worst name for an ice cream bar. I'm sorry. It just, to me, sounds like the name of a condom. The other thing is the Julep Maven, an invitation to join, some Q-tips, and a nail polish from Julep Maven. And this is the Julep in January. It's a red color called January. And this is actually one of my favorite reds. I do not have any reds from Essie. I just bought my first red from Essie. It's Lollipop. And I bought that at the recommendation of my Instagram friends because I I Instagrammed a photograph of my Essie collection and mentioned that I have no reds in that collection. The only red that I do have, or that I did have at the time, was this one, the January from Julep. And it's the only red that I've worn, and I absolutely love it. So this one I will probably give away because I have it already. So I might do a little package thing and then do a giveaway. Because I've got that, and I've got, like, yeah, I want to get that MAC lipstick, or this MAC lipstick, as a giveaway also. So that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching my rambling. I will definitely share the gown when I wear it and everything else. Thanks so much for watching. You can always catch me on Instagram. My Instagram, everything, all the time, photographs, outfit of the days, things that I buy. You see it there really before you see it on here. So anyhow, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.